Hi. I hope everybody has joined so far. Am I am I audible?
Yes, Rahul, you're audible and we can start with the training.
Okay, fine. So I'll just take a minute. What I'll do is I'll just share down my screen. Let's talk on location first because majorly we have three projects in a close vicinity of 8 to 9 kilometers. That too in financial district in Kokapet. Okay, then for one specific project which is named as Springs, that is right beside Infosys campus. So just give me 1 second. Let me know if my screen is visible. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah, it is. Okay, now talking about basically ASBL. Let me just run you through what ASBL is. ASBL stands for Ashoka Builders. Okay, now we have been in the market for over 3 decades so far, and we have altogether 5 projects. Okay, one project which is named as ASBL Lakeside, on which I will not talk on because that is a handed over project, and we don't have anything available in that. Now, that particular project is basically located in Khajagoda. Okay. Yeah. So this particular bit that we are having, you are having a look, that is ASBL Lakeside. That is completely a sold out project. Now we have handed over this project about 1.5 years ago. Okay, this is one of a completed project. Then talking about the next project, we'll move to financial district. Now this is ASBL Spectra, our new project, which is ASBL Loft, which is right over here. So the distance is about 700 meters from each other. So I'll emphasize more on these two projects. And we have one project which is almost in a ready to move in stage, which is named as ASBL Spire, which is right beside the Kokapet Lake. Now this project talking on ASBL Spire. Now this project is to overall on a total land parcel of, just give me 1 second. Overall on total land parcel of 2.85 acres with just single tower. Okay. Now in this we have altogether 393 apartments, all are exclusive 3 BHK apartments. Okay, well with this project we have introduced a new concept which is the outdoor living balcony, wherein the balcony sizes that each apartment we would be giving is almost equivalent to a size of a room. Okay. Now, this is a brochure. This is how the project is laid out altogether. In this project, particularly, we have just two sizes basically for 3 BHK. The basic,
Rahul, actually, we are not able to see any brochure.
okay.
It's just a Google map right now.
This is the Google map. Just give me one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me know if that's visible right now. Can you see it right now?
Yes.
Fine. Thank you. Sorry for that. Now, I was talking about this particular project. This is how. Now, this road that you're seeing, which is in front of the project, this is a 100 feet road, which is getting expanded right now. And this is the approach road towards Neopolis right now. Okay. This project is particularly a single tower with ground plus 35 floors. Altogether, 393 apartments with almost 75% of open space. Okay. I'll move to the, I'll just show you how the unit plans are laid out in this. Well, in this, when you have a look at, I will be sharing this brochure so that you can have in detail, insights on it. But let me just run you through, give you an overview about the project. Now in this, we have just two sizes, which is 1905 square feet with the option of east and west. Then we have 2120 square feet with the option of east and west. Now, in this particular project, we have all the middle units are 1905 square feet apartments. And then the corner units are 2120, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. These four corner units are 2120 square feet apartments. Okay. The floor plans are pretty much I would say similar in all our project, among all our projects. Now this is a 1905 East and 1905 West. Now, what is the difference between in these two sizes is just that we have one plan in which the second bedroom and third bedroom gets a balcony. Okay, that is the addition of 2120 in the square feet. And then in one plan, your master bedroom gets the balcony and then you get a utility extension. You can have a look. This is the difference among the sizes. Apart from that, the RERA carpet area remains the same for all the sizes. Okay. You will just find that extra balconies which adds up to your overall sizing. Okay.
There's a puja and store area in the east side of
Correct.
apartment.
Correct. This is type 2. Now, when you have a look at this particular unit, in the basic difference, how to identify is unit 1 and 2. Okay, in this tower will have this sort of layout among east and west. Okay, wherein unit 10 and 11 will have this sort of layout among east and west. This will be slightly confusing, but when you have a look, by yourself, you will understand that. Okay, see. I hope this makes it clear. Okay, but now talking about the outdoor living balcony, I have already mentioned that you can see the size of the apartment over here. It's almost 9 by 13 by 8. So that humongous balcony you will find among all the ASBL projects. Okay, so this is one of our USP, I would say, that we have that people have really liked. I think that would be all for Spire. Well, amenity wise, everything has been covered. Okay, all the basic amenities. I would like to just you can have a look at it. These are the specification, but when I share the brochure with you, you can have a look at it. It will give you in detail specification about. Now we have about 6 to 7 units available in this until the mortgage units gets released. Now this project is getting handed over next month onwards. Okay, we would be releasing those mortgage units from next month onwards. Now the pricing part, basically it's 9,999 rupees per square feet price that we have for Spire. Okay, I'll then move towards this project, because these are the two projects that I would really want you to focus on, because we have good number of availability in Spectra, and Loft is pretty much new, so there is good amount of inventory available, and clients can choose as per their requirements. So I'll talk on Spectra first. Okay, let me know if my screen is visible. Okay,
Yes,
now
it's visible.
talking on Spectra. Spectra is altogether on a layout of 7.85 acres. Now Spectra will altogether have four towers in this. Each tower will be of G plus 39 floors. Okay. We have again brought in the concept of outdoor living balcony to Spectra. Now Spectra is again a premium 3 BHK gated community apartment. Okay. Now talking about, let me just run you through the master plan. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so this is the master plan. This particular road that you're seeing in front of you is the 100 feet road. This is also the Keystone School Road. Okay, to reach Spectra, there are two ways. One is through the ISB road and another one would be through the outer ring road. You get down at Khajaguda exit, follow the same stretch from my home Aftar, you take a U-turn, come back for about 700 to 800 meters, take a left turn on the Keystone School Road, you come out at this particular bit. So this is 7.85 acres with 4 towers, A, B, C, and D. Each tower will be of G plus 39 floors. The clubhouse that we have for Spectra is 75,000 square feet with G plus 3 floors. Okay, now the main thing about Spectra is that we don't have any vehicle movement at the podium level. So as soon as the residents enter, they directly taking the ramp, they directly enter the basement. The parking would be beneath the towers. There would be 4 basements to the project. Okay, talking on the sizes for 3 BHK apartment, we would be having starting from 1980 square feet. Then the second option will be 2210, and the third option would be 2220. Now again, similar what we saw in Spire, the middle units are 1980 square feet apartment with east and west facing as an option. The corner units will be 2210, 2220, the of square feet apartments. Okay. Now, talking on the typical layout, this is what a east facing 1980 square feet apartment would look like. Now, there are slight changes in terms of the shape of the balcony, which you will notice. And once you start talking to these about the clients, client will also notice the difference between type A and type B. The only difference in these two is just this, the shape of the balcony. Why, people will ask? It is because for the elevation that we have given this shape of the balcony. Okay. Talking about the west facing, so I think I would just okay, now I want to understand, how do you, would you like me to talk on in detail about the floor plan, or how do you, should I just show you the floor plan, because I need to understand if people are
If there
getting.
is if there is anything special, then you can share it with us, or
There's
we can
nothing,
check. There's no
to be
challenge.
very honest, there is nothing special to talk on in terms of floor plan, because floor plans are pretty much similar among all the projects. Okay. When we talk on Spire, Spectra, and Loft, floor plans are pretty much similar. This is a 1980 square feet that I shown you. When I move to a bigger size apartment, again, the difference that you will see is just you get additional balcony. There is a type wherein your master bedroom gets a balcony and utility gets an extension, wherein your kitchen becomes bigger and you get that particular space for puja room. Okay. Now, there is this plan as well, wherein people are fond of more balconies in their apartment, right? Now, when people select this, they get 3 balconies plus 1 utility space. However, the puja room space is slightly compromised, but then yes, puja room is something which is a very subjective thing that people will choose. Now, if people want to have that puja room, they can just stop their slab at a certain point and can put their puja room in that particular space. Okay. What we are giving over here would be basically wall to wall structure to the clients. For kitchens, we are not giving any slab work. However, talking about the washrooms or the toilets, for 3 toilets, we would be giving those sanitary fittings, by the make, which is Jaguar or Kohler, or maybe equivalent to that, whatever is the top in the market at that particular stage when we start the finishing of the product. Okay. Now, talking on yeah, now at Spectra, the base price is 9,500 rupees per square feet. I will be sharing the price sheet after this meeting with you, so that you have that breakup of the uh, pricing. But at Spectra, the floor rise starts from 7th floor onwards. Okay, that is 20 rupees per square feet per floor. As high you go, that 20 rupees gets added up. Now, the payment structure, which is the most important thing. Now, the payment structure for Spectra and Loft are pretty much similar. Okay, if you all want to note down, you can note it down. Unlike any other project, the payment plan would be 10-80-10. Okay, initially, a client or maybe a customer or the buyer has to pay a 10% of down payment. Okay, as soon as they make this 10% of down payment, their agreement of sale will come to the place. Okay, right after that, the if the client is going for home loan as an option, in that case, the banker will start dispersing the funds based on construction stage. And as soon as the construction progresses, bank will be dispersing the funds based on that. Okay. Now, the remaining 10%, which is due, has to be paid at the terrace slab completion of their respective tower. Since there are 4 towers in the project, as soon as let us suppose, once the terrace slab of tower C is done, the clients who have bought the apartment at tower C, their 10%, the remaining 10% will be due. Okay. In general, what happens is, when people buy an apartment, initially they do a 20% of down payment and 80% they go for home loan, which is a typical home loan, or the payment structure that you all will see in all the projects. In particular to ASBL, it is slightly different. The payment plan will be 10-80-10. Why this? Why is this that we have is because 20% might sound small, but then we are talking about 40 to 45 lakh rupees, which is not a a piece of cake for every individual. So that is something we have redesigned so that it is not a burden to the people. Okay. Now you might also be familiar with a term pre-EMI. Now what this
Correct.
pre-EMI is? Okay,
So we are offering pre-EMI, right?
yeah, Spectra has that pre-EMI. I'll just explain that. Now, what this pre-EMI is, let me see if I can share down the payment milestone structure. Give me 1 second so that it's easier for you guys to understand.
Which banks are financing this project?
Well, at Spectra, basically we have Bajaj Housing Finance as a prime, just give me 1 second. This is an old price sheet, so I would like you to skip this part. I wanted this payment structure to be visible. Let me know if this is visible
Visible.
clearly. Okay, the only this part is important. Yeah, sorry. Bajaj, sorry. Talking about the home loans, we have Bajaj Housing Finance as a primary bank for no pre-EMI scheme. Apart from that, we have SGFC, Axis, Kotak Bank on file. Okay, for Spectra. Now, talking on the payment plan. As I mentioned, the payment plan will be 10-80-10. So initially, a client has to pay a 10% as a booking advance, which is milestone one. There are 11 milestones to the project. Okay. The remaining 10% has to be paid by the client at milestone 9, which is the casting of terrace slab of the respective tower. Okay, so there is a difference between the timeline. Now between this, whatever you see is the construction link plan which will be dispersed by the bank. Now how this pre-EMI will function is basically after the first 10%, bank will be, after agreement, bank will start the disbursement. So let us assume that tower B, the current stage of tower B is at milestone 4. Okay, so what bank will do, bank will disperse about 40% of the funds right away, on which the bank will start their interest basically on the dispersed amount. So what will happen is the actual EMI will only start at the time of handover of the project. Before that, whatever the bank charge is just the interest part. Now, on that 40% of the dispersed fund, let us assume that bank is charging 40,000 rupees for simple calculation as an interest. So, in the first week of every month, this 40,000 rupees will be deducted from a client's account. Okay. As soon as it is debited, the client will have to share that statement with us before 15th in the same month. Okay, as soon as they do it, what we will do there is we will deduct 10% of TDN on that particular 40,000, and the remaining balance we will reimburse it back to the client before the month ends. That is before 28th or 29th in the same month. Before that, we will reimburse 36,000 rupees back to their account, and that 4,000 rupees would be a TDS certificate that will be given or sent to the client, so that when they file their annual ITR based on their tax structure, they can pretty much claim that or mark a rebate on it. Okay, this pre-EMI scheme will be from milestone 2 till milestone 9. Okay, let me know if there is any doubt. It is
Sorry, what about 10 and 11?
okay, this 10 and 11 is something, this will be again dispersed by the bank only at their respective stages. But what we also suggest our client is basically the client will have an option to start their principal from or after milestone 9. Okay, client will
Okay.
have that option so that the extra interest which they are paying, that can be stopped. Okay, because from milestone 9 till milestone 11 there would be approximately 10 to 11 months of difference to give that finishing to the product. So between that, whatever interest they pay would be as a addition to their overall cost. So to just to reduce that, they can basically start their principal from my or after the pre-mi offer. Okay, the pre-mi is only until structure completion and not until handover. Please make a note of this, because there are for Spire we had this until possession, but then at Spectra and Loft it is until the structural completion, that is the terrace slab completion. Okay, I hope we are clear over here on Spectra. Just in case if you want to know, this is how the elevation would
So
look
this
like.
is the only plan we have with this property?
Payment plan, yes. Well, in case if a client would not like to go with home loan as an option, then in that case, we could work on. Okay,
So
they
like
have
take an
to.
example, if anyone is going for home loan and not opting pre-EMI, in that
Mhm.
situation, is there any price deduction in the costing?
Well, we can talk on the pricing part. Let the client, shortlist a unit. Yes, we will give that leverage to the client for price negotiation. Okay. Now, I think that's pretty much about Spectra. Okay, floor plans, you can have a look at it on the brochure. I have, nothing in detail to talk on that. Now, Spectra, we have sold about 90% of our inventory already. The project is getting handed over in December 2025. Okay, so the availability for this particular project would be starting from 4th till 7th floor onwards, and few mid floors among Tower B in Tower B, and then the higher floors are available. Okay, the availability can be discussed at our sales office. Just to let you all know, our sales office is located in Sheraton Hotel on 10th floor, which is in Financial District opposite to ICICI Bank. Okay. Now move, if we are clear with Spectre, then I'll move on to Loft. Okay, just one thing, you all can have a look at it. Let me just zoom in a bit. This is the price, the size breakup of Spectra. As you see, the radar carpet area remains same for all the sizes. Okay. The only difference that you will see in the, the size of the balconies. So that is the only difference among all the sizes, among all our projects. Okay. Just in case if you wonder what would be the common area deduction, it is roughly around 24% for Spectrum. Okay. Then I'll just move on to Loft. Give me 1 second. Now talking on Loft. Now, the video that you saw in the beginning, that is particularly for Loft. Now, Loft is something, which I would say is one of the biggest launch for ASBL this year. Why? Because the amenity wise, we have enhanced the apartment sizes. What we in the market in Financial District, if you see, most of the projects are coming uh, either 2000 or above 2000. So there were no one to cater a 1600 to 1900 size apartments for 3 BHK. So what we have done is we have filled that bracket with just two sizes: 1695 square feet apartment and 1870. Loft has just two sizes. Okay, I'll talk more on Loft, because Loft is something, so far we have sold around 246 units, something like that. So far, we launched on 9th of September this year itself. The handover for the project would be in December 2026. So people will have a lot of option to choose a loft in Loft. Okay. Now let me just see if I can run you about the project's location. So this is the financial district that we know so far. Okay, this is the ISB road. This is where the Kokapet circle. So right over here, there is a new junction which is referred as MyScape Junction. So on that MyScape Junction, as soon as you just get on to take a left turn from here, follow the same stretch. Okay, you come at this point, take a left and right. Again, come this far, take a U-turn. So people will notice Spectra. Okay, currently there are two towers standing for Spectra. From Spectra, come about 350 meters this part and then take a left turn. Now this particular road that we are talking about is a 40 feet road as of now. This road was previously used only by Pacifica Hillcrest for phase 1 and phase 2. Now this road is owned, or the land is owned by the government itself. So there is a approval for 100 feet road on this bed. Okay. Before you ask, let me just clear it out. This road is until this point only. As of now, there is no approval for the connectivity to outer ring road. Okay, so this road ends over here. Further, will connect like this, and then we'll go back and connect like this on this stretch. Okay, so this will be 100 feet road. Now, talking on the loft, this lighter bit is loft, the land for loft. It is 4.92 acres, okay, with just two towers of ground plus 45 floors. Okay, the adjacent land to to loft is basically are not claimed by anyone as of now, but hopefully it would be occupied with some or the other builders in near future. As of now, it is owned by the same landowner from whom we bought the land. So we are very uncertain and unsure key what is exactly coming up right next to each other. Okay, I'll move on to loft then. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's 4.92 acres, 3 BHK gated community apartment exclusively. Again, we have brought in the same concept of outdoor living balcony to the project. Now, moving on. Well, what we have done is we have focused more on guest perspective. Now, what we have done is a lot. This project is, when we talk to a client, we have uh, more things to talk on in terms of the product, unlike Spectra and Spire, because we have few things that we have enhanced. We have given a lot of water bodies in this guest premium guest lobby with marble flooring. So let me just open the master plan so that it's easier. Give me 1 second. Okay. Talking on this, this is that 100 feet road that we are talking about. Okay. This is a 40 feet road as of now. Now, this particular land that you see is 4.92 acres. This is Tower A, followed by which there is Tower B and then the clubhouse. Okay. So, loft will come like this. Tower A, Tower B, and then the clubhouse. Okay, right behind that, this is a local community of G+3 or G+4 floors. Now, again, talking about the sizes in this, basically, we have all the middle units as 1695 square feet apartments. The corner units are 1870 square feet apartments. And then the clubhouse of 55,000 square feet of G+4 floors. Okay. Now, again, this is a zero vehicle movement podium that we have. As this would be the entry for residents. As soon as they enter basement one. There are 4 basements to the project. This ramp that you are seeing is the drop-off ramp for school buses and basically cabs in case if someone is coming by that. This is open lawn, basketball court, outdoor kids play area, and amphitheater. We are a pet friendly community, so there is a dedicated pet park as well. Okay, so in detail, these things are jotted down over here. I would not take a lot of time to talk on what all the amenities are. I'll just talk on the important part. Okay. Again, moving on here, what we have done at Loft is basically at the ground level. Let me see if I can show you from this point. Okay. So the ground level, okay, in both the towers, what we have done is we have increased the size of stilt level, okay, by almost 15 to 16 feet. And this particular space, we have brought in a new concept of urban corridor. Now, what this urban corridor is basically in Tower A. Let me show you that. This will be mentioned in the brochure, so you can be rest assured that once I share that, you can take your time and discuss on that. I'll just talk on the main things that we have planned for urban corridor in Tower A and B. Now, this urban corridor will have that grand entrance, okay, for the tower. There would be waiting lounge as well. Now, in each tower there are 2 lift lobbies. Each lift lobby will have 5 passenger and 1 service lift. So altogether there are 10 passenger and 2 service lift. Now in the middle this part that you see in tower A, which is the ground level, we don't have any apartment at loft at ground floor, but in Spectra and Spire we have those things. This is a business center that we are constructing, a co-working space. Why we have done that is because most of the we have majority people working in IT firms close by vicinity. There's Amazon, there's Accenture, there's Microsoft, and there are many more. So we have a lot of people, the buyers who work in IT companies. Now they have this hybrid work culture wherein few days they work from office and few days they work from home. So keeping them in in mind, we do a lot of surveys. So majority of people said that they would like to have a co-working space in this. So that is why we have designed a business center in this. This will be constructed by us, and in case if you wonder if there is any charges that has to be paid to utilize the facility, yes, there would be a certain nominal charges that people will have to pay to utilize this facility. Now there would be a supermarket as well at the ground floor in the tower B itself. Now the supermarket tie-up that we have done is with Ratnadeep, okay, and there would be a pharmacy in Tower A. Okay, that is the urban corridor for Tower A. Moving on towards Tower B, the urban corridor in the middle, what we have done is we have created in a large scale of crash. Okay, so there would be a service provided that would be onboarded for crash, and there would be a tuition center and a hobby center in this. Okay, I know there would be a lot of doubts, but I would suggest, if once you come along with the with the client to our sales office, you will get that better understanding towards what exactly we are talking of. Now, this what we have also added as a amenity, a benefit to the residents is that we are giving ATM plus locker facility by ICICI Bank. Okay, so far people have just ATM facilities, but we have spoken to them, and ICICI have agreed to get that locker facility as well, only for the residents. Now moving on towards the clubhouse, as I mentioned, it is a 55,000 square feet of clubhouse with G plus 4 floors. I'll move on. This is the private meeting room in the business center. So there would be a lot of renders in the brochure itself. Once you go through it, this is the crash area that we would be making, but however, we would be onboarding a service provider. Outdoor kids play area. These are some renders from gym. This is the swimming pool. Now the swimming pool is not a temperature control, just to let you all know, because it would be partially open to sky. It is not an indoor swimming pool. Badminton court. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying that there are few things that we have added to give our touch. Well, there is a pharmacy, however we have introduced a clinic facility as well for loft, in case if someone would like to see a doctor, so there would be a 24/7 cleaning facility within the premises. In case if there's something minor fever or something like that, residents can go and get them checked at clinic itself, unless they are referred to a hospital. ATM plus locker facility is given. Supermarket, yes, we are also introducing this laundry facility. Now also what we have done, couple of things to understand between Spectra and Loft. Well, in the parking charges, we have for Spectra, I'm talking on Spectra, we are giving two car parking along with a dedicated EV charging station to individual car park for Spectra. However, for Loft, we have not received that approval. So there would be common EV charging station for the project. Okay, because a lot of people have inquired on this. So on day-to-day questions, I'm just letting you all know well in advance. There would be salon facility as well in the clubhouse itself, for which we have already done the tie-up, and it is with uh, Bubbles. Okay. Now moving on towards, I'll just move on to the apartment specification. Yes, this is that 100 feet road that I was talking about. As soon as you enter this tower A, ground plus 45, tower B, ground plus 45, and the clubhouse. Okay. This is the master plan of the project. Now moving on towards east and west, as I mentioned, what we have done is when we compare it with Spectra, for that matter, we have slightly squeezed down the size of the room, the third bedroom basically, and the dining area space, so that we accommodate that 1695. So the carpet area, just in case if you guys want to know, it is 1050, excluding balconies and external wall. The specification are there, I'll show it to you. Okay, this is a typical east facing plan for loft. That's the living room, dining area, outdoor living balcony, as I mentioned, master bedroom, second bedroom, and third bedroom. Now what we have done is, unlike our previous projects, unlike previous projects, we have given one common toilet this time, particularly for loft. Okay, apart from that, Spectra and Spire has all three bedrooms with attached toilets. Okay, moving on, this is the west facing plan. Okay, now this particular space that we are talking about, it is 1870 square feet apartment. As you see, the difference is that we have is master bedroom attached, gets attached balcony, and then the utility gets an extension. So this plan is one of the fastest moving unit that we have. Okay, because of the size of the massive kitchen that people are getting, and then they get that extra space utilized by the utility plus the master bedroom. So this is one of a fast moving object, I mean not object, one of the fast moving unit. And this is particularly the west facing plan. Okay, this is that three bedrooms with that utility, three balconies with that extra utility for east. This is for west, three balconies plus one utility. And that's more or less about the loft. Okay, these are the specifications, the size breakup. Now let me know in case if you have any doubt.
Rahul, can you please come for the like master plan of this property?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so one floor, 10 apartments, right?
Yeah, they in this basically, yes, one floor will have 10 apartments in both the tower.
Okay. And how many lifts at the moment?
So okay, let me just run you through this. Each tower has two lift lobbies. The main idea behind this is that these five apartments use this lift lobby, these five apartments use this lift lobby. So each lift lobby will have five passenger lift and one service lift. So uh,
Six.
altogether there would be 10 passenger lift and two service lifts.
In one tower.
Yes. So let me show if I can show you that plan. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me know if this is visible. This
Yeah,
part.
this is visible. Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So there are five passenger lift in one lift lobby plus one service lift. Okay.
Okay.
And in this also, if you see, there are five passenger lift and one service lift. So altogether there are 10 passenger lift and one service lift. Okay. Now talking on the payment plan, if you're okay, then I'll move towards the payment plan. It is pretty much similar what we discussed for Spectra. However, there's slight change in this. Just give me 1 second. Okay, when we talk on the price part, payment structure, as I mentioned, we have this 1080-10 plan. Okay, initially the client will have to make 10% of down payment as a booking advance. After that, milestone two onwards, bank will start the disbursement for the funds based on construction stage. Now, at milestone 7, the client's 10%, the remaining 10% would be due. That is at 30th slab completion. Okay. So initially, first 10% has to be paid at milestone 1, and the remaining 10% has to be paid at milestone 7. Now this pre-EMI offer will be applicable from milestone 2 till milestone 8. That is the terrace slab completion of the respective tower. Okay, let me know if, in case if there is any doubt, I'm happy to answer.
Hi everyone. Malab, can please, if you have any question, please ask. So actually, Rahul, I just need more clarity about the location part, like because many of the person is not from Hyderabad. So can you please elaborate what is exactly the financial district and how is the connectivity in financial district?
Sure. So basically, financial district, I would say, financial district is one of the main spot for it is. I would refer it as a IT corridor, the main hub of IT corridor. Reason being, the when we talk about all the MNCs, well, they are situated on a very large scale in this particular bit of land. Financial district, Nanakaramguda, also known as Nanakaramguda. Okay. Now, this entire location falls under Gachibowli itself. So this particular junction that you're seeing is Gachibowli Junction or Gachibowli Circle. So from this point to reach this point where my cursor is, it is about 6.5 to 7 kilometers. Okay, maximum it will take 15 minutes of drive because this is outer ring road. It is almost 4-lane road. You get down at Khajaguda exit, again a 4-lane service road. There is NPCI office junction. From this point, a U-turn or maybe this same stretch can be used to come and come towards ISB road. Okay, there are multiple connectivity option to reach financial district. Now talking about the ISB road itself, it is Indian School of Business Road referred as. Now there is Infosys, Microsoft has their office, Wipro has their office. Well, Amazon has their one of the biggest campus in India located over here. Then there is Apple's office as well, talking on Nvidia, Micron, all IT companies, Capgemini, and then apart from that, Google has bought a land, so Google is also coming up with their office in the same premises itself. So when we talk in large scale of what financial district is, well, in financial district, when we compare commercial is to residential, there is only 20% of residential option in financial district, wherein the remaining 80% are commercial. So there is a lot of demand for 3 BHK apartment when we talk about financial district. That is why we have multiple projects in the same vicinity in about 700 meters, hardly 6 kilometers, which is Kokapet. So our main focus was to cater those, people who just want to reduce their travel time and then they want to go with different sizes. Now that is financial district. I would say it is not 100%ly developed. Yes, it is developed and it is still developing because of the amount of construction that's happening. There are many more commercial which are under construction right now. Okay, so that's financial district, and it is one again one of the location which is uh, which actually routes people have to go through financial district to reach Neopolis as a upcoming location. Now Neopolis as a location is again a upcoming location. People would have heard about it. As of now, we haven't planned any projects in Neopolis, but then in near future I'm not very certain if we are coming up with something in that. Well, our existence as of now is in financial district, and we have focused, particularly on financial district as well. Going down 5 years, we would be here.
So like how compare with the pricing part, like because many other brands are also available in the same location.
Okay. Now talking about the pricing part, I would say when you see the pricing for ASBL, we have kept it. I would say it is a very competitive pricing because we from loft onwards there is no scope of negotiations that we have left. Okay, why we have done that is because people when they buy an apartment they are much concerned about the pricing part and not what they are actually buying. So what we have done is we have put in so much of effort in our product that people just want to neglect. So what we have done is we have brought in a fixed price policy going forward at ASBL. When people or you yourself, when you all compare the pricing with ASBL with our competitors, you will find that ASBL is priced at the exact market rate what it is supposed to be. Okay, loft is priced at 8,500 rupees per square feet in financial district, and there is no project which is offering this pricing so far. And why we have done that? So that people talk less on pricing and talk more on what they are actually buying, what product they are actually looking for.
That means there is no negotiation for any customer, right?
No, for loft
It
there
is
is
good for
no.
everyone, I believe.
Yes, it is for everyone. So for loft, the pricing is same. No scope for anything. Let's say in case if there are some odd cases. By odd cases, what I mean is that if people does not want to go for home loan, in that case, we can see how we can work on the pricing part. But it's fixed price for everyone. Since the day we have received RERA, we have kept the pricing same and it is same. Just to let you all know, there is a price hike that is happening from 1st November onwards, which is the pricing for loft from 8,499 is getting revised to 8,999. There is a 500 rupees of price hike that is happening for loft.
Great. So, any question from anyone, please? This is the right time. So, Rahul, I believe thank you so much for this amazing session.
All right.
And
Yeah.
in
Thank you.
case, because just share your contact details so
Mhm.
everyone can save your number and they can connect you for the one-on-one meeting.
Sure, that would be fine. I think there was something that was discussed in terms of making a group. So what I'll do is,
Yeah, it's already done. So
mhm.
just share your number. I'll add you and I'll share the link with everyone. So
Sure.
they'll
So I
join.
would, yeah, what I'll be
Alright.
doing is what I would suggest you also is, in case if you have a telecalling team and you have a sales team as well, to focus more on loft, because that the conversion ratio for loft is, more when we compare it to Spire or Spectra. Let's say there are people in the market with who are particularly talking of 2,000 square feet and above sizes. I think Spectra would be the right option for them. But then people who are just planning a budget range of about 1.5 to 1.6, they can stretch a little bit and buy a unit at loft. It's just that they have to be we'll have to make them convinced, or we have to just let them know what are the benefits of buying a unit in loft. Because of that new no pre-mi benefit, that's it. I mean, I would say that's it from my end.
Correct. Done, Rahul. Done. Thank you so
All right,
much.
sure,
Thank you,
thank you.
everyone, for attending this session.
Fine, thank you.
Thank you, Rahul.